As the partner assignments are passed out, Reginald imagines with glee that he will be paired with Layla. Oh, what fun, he thinks. She'll have my screen name, Sneaselfox, and I'll have hers. Punch-a-Bunch 35, says silently, Layla says aloud. No! Reginald thinks as he realizes the awful truth. His card confirms his worst fears. Reginald Sneasel, a.k.a. Sneaselfox, matched with Floridora 217. Layla Flaffy, a.k.a. Flaffy LA 237, matched with Punch-a-Bunch 35. Meanwhile, Punchy reads his own assignment. Flaff LA 237, he thinks. Whatever, I have my eyes on Angie Rosa 938. Wild reads his card. Wild Sonichu, a.k.a. Spider Shock 38, matched with Big Dougette 416. Ivy chooses not to look at her assignment. I'm not going to look yet, she thinks. I'll hold out for Chris. Simone LaRosachu, a.k.a. Dig Dougette 416, matched with Spider Shock 38. Florence Fisher, a.k.a. Floridora 127, matched with Sneaselfox. Meanwhile, a boy in a blue coat is paired with Ivy, but he accidentally obscures his own name on the card. Oh, got smudged, he thinks. Illegible, a.k.a. Solid Blue Coat, matched with Sweetest Ivy, George Miller. Shortly later, we find Punchy Sonichu standing in front of the vending machines in consternation. In his hands are 5 coins inscribed with the letter W. Just then, Wild Sonichu walks by. Hey, Punchy, he asks. Why the face? I want a soda, Punchy answers, but it only takes C quarters, and I only have W quarters. Do you have change? Let me check, Wild says. Reaching deep into his anus, Wild retrieves a handful of C-shaped coins. You're in luck, Wild says. I have 12 C quarters. I'll give you 10 for a W quarter. Cool, thanks, says Punchy. As Punchy drinks his can of Quick Cola, Reginald watches him from a nearby corner. I should have been the one paired up with that cute Flaffy, he thinks ruefully. Layla, I think was her name. You shall not win her heart. Next class day, April 8th, Tuesday. In the computer lab, Miss Jackaris begins the day's lesson. Welcome to the iDate lab, she says. To ensure anonymity in your partners, all gentlemen will work on one side of the lab, facing away from the women on the other side. Okay, log in and meet your faceless partners. Montage coming up. Hello, types Wild at his computer terminal. Hello, replies Simona. Nice day, isn't it? Asks Wild. Yes, it is. How do you like the class? It's cool. Even though I am usually wild, I feel shy around women. You? Meanwhile, Layla and Punchy begin their online conversation. Hey, sup? Asks Punchy. Hello. I'm feeling bashful, responds Layla. It's cool. I would be shy myself if I had not set my eyes on my goal, Punchy boasts. Oh, how do you know you'll still want her at the end of the semester? Layla asks. To herself, she thinks. My mind is a blank. I think I stand in good chances, Punchy explains. She is a good girl, smiley face. Really? Layla asks. Won't you even give me a try before you go bye-bye? Ooh, are you jealous, smiley face? Punchy asks. Hey, Punch, says Reginald, typing at the terminal next to Punchy. I hear your partner had a Daddy Tauros and loathes the color red. She likes women. Don't mess with me, man, thinks Punchy. At Simona's terminal, her conversation with Wild continues. Same here. I get goose pimply around guys a bit. No worries, answers Wild. I promise not to bite. Do you like me so far? I'm enjoying our chat so far, smiley face. You're doing good. Complimented each other. Found lots in common. Few opposites. Flirt, 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 smiley face. Got each other excited. Ignited rarest inspirations. Loving every moment. Layla talks and gains Punchy's interest. Found lots in common. She really turns on the charm, B. Punchy starts to fall for Layla over Angelica. Also, Punchy checks the rumors from Reginald with Layla, most of which were verified false. Reginald feels jealousy, sadness, loneliness, and contributed little for his partner. Florence feels dumped, lonely, and yet she tries and tries to cheer Reginald up. Later, as Wilde leaves the campus, he thinks about the time he has spent with his IM partner. Wow, Dig Dugette is a fun treat. I wish I knew which girl she was. A 1 out of 7 chance. Just then, he overhears Simona and Layla talking. Oh, I hear you, Layla girl. Spidey was fun for me, and he was a real gentleman to talk with. Spidey, thinks Wilde. He looks over at the two girls, and Zapina Rosachu joins their conversation. Hey, Zapina, says Simona. I was just chatting with my new glaffy gal pal, Layla. Hey, Layla, says Zapina. Hi, says Layla. Laffy, you're one to talk. You have your arm drills. You only need a pump to fully dig the dug. Beside Wilde, Punchy also notices the girls' conversation. April 10th, Thursday. Punchy continues his online conversation with Layla. I think I know who you are. I overheard an IRL chat between you and a friend. Oh, you naughty boy, smiley face. We're not supposed to have gone real life yet. I know, smiley face. Well, what did you have in mind? You have moved me better than Angie, Punchy says. How about dinner and a movie after class? Well, little does Punchy know that Reginald has shrunken himself to 1/3 his original size and has climbed down to get the cables connected to Punchy's computer. With a single snip of his pincer, Reginald severs Punchy's connection, leaving him unable to reply to Layla. Unaware of this technical difficulty, Layla answers Punchy's invitation. Okay, I'd love to, D, but let's only have dinner tonight. I'm in the mood for a grilled chicken salad at McD. Is that cool? Punch? What the? I can't type anything in, Punchy realizes. Wilde! Wilde! He cries. Please go tell the Flappy girl I said it is cool. I will meet her outside the school, and my keyboard stopped working for me. Wilde does as Punchy asks, and somehow manages to determine that Flappy LA-237 is in fact Layla Flappy. Excuse me, Punchy, Punch-a-Punch, sent me to inform you his keyboard stopped working, and he will meet you outside the school building later. Oh dear, says Layla. Well, please tell him it is good. I'll meet him at the school front at 4:30. Thank you. As Wilde turns to relay the message, he notices Simona's computer screen and sees the last entry as BRB. Gasp! I thought so, Wilde says. What? Asks Layla. Wilde points at Simona. I've been talking to her this whole time. Oh my god! Spider shock? Simona asks. Yeah, says Wilde. Wow, you're more handsome than you gave yourself credit for. And you are simply dazzling, Wilde replies, staring directly at her chest. The pair hold hands and gaze longingly into each other's eyes, oblivious to the computer lab around them. Abandoning their class completely, Wilde takes Simona to his home, using his vine line to swing through Quickville. They stop at a treehouse. Wilde activates a generator to turn on the lights, and Simona takes in the decor. Ooh, says Simona, impressed by the sight of Wilde's bed, table, and blank walls. Big C donated the mat press, rechargeable battery, fish tank, lights, and pillows, but I built this treehouse and furniture myself. Big common factor, thanks Simona. We bought, build, tinker, and construct. Afterward, the pair traveled to Quickville Park, located just next door to Quickville Mall. Simona leads Wilde to a hole in the ground, surrounded by a flower bed. Please don't take roots here yet, Wilde, Simona says. On one side of the hole is a power line leading underground, and on the other is a mailbox that reads, Simona Rosachu, Constructor, 1 Quickville Park. It's 10 feet down to her ceiling from upper ground. Impressive, thinks Wilde as he looks at Simona's home. Wilde Sonichu's treehouse, Simona Rosachu's rabbit hole.
dedicated